Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to F123. So in today's video I'm going to be testing the top speed of all of the 10 manufacturers from the F1 2023 season, all the way from Red Bull to the back of the grid at Williams. We'll be testing the top speed under the same conditions, so it'll be set in time trial at the Azerbaijan Straight with top speed settings for all of the cars. So with that being said, let's get into it and see which one of these cars is the quickest. So we're going to go in order that the game gives you the cars. So we're going to put a top speed tune here on the Red Bull. This is going to be the exact same setup for all of the cars in the video, and we're going to head down the main straight to the DRS zone at Azerbaijan, and basically we're just going to go straight into the barrier and see what we top out at. And as you can see, the Red Bull here is going to top out at 221 before it goes off of the track. And obviously we've got an invalidation and such. So the RB19 hit a top speed of 221 miles per hour down the main straight at Azerbaijan with its DRS open. So with the benchmark set, we're going to move on to the second car, which is going to be Scuderia Ferrari. As you can see, again, straight into the DRS zone, opening the DRS flap. And this one is going to top out just under that at 220 miles per hour, so only a 1 mile per hour difference there with the DRS open. So the SF23 did 220 miles per hour down the main straight at Azerbaijan before hitting the wall, which again a lot closer than I actually thought it would be, with all cars not on equal performance, so they're on realistic performance at this point. Next up we're going to have Mercedes, and again it's not going to be surprising here that the Mercedes is going to top out a lot lower than both the Ferrari and the Red Bull, especially by around about 3 miles per hour, still a lot closer than I originally thought. So the W14 hit 218 miles per hour before slapping itself into the barrier. Again, although it's still kind of close, it's still a bit of a difference there between the Red Bull and the Mercedes. Next up we have a bit of a surprising one. This time we have the Alpine, which seems to have a very good straight line speed even in the game, topping out at the exact same speed as the Red Bull. It's going to top out at 221 miles per hour, which definitely surprised me, as I thought the game would have put the A85 to an E3 a little bit lower than that. But 221 miles per hour down the main straight, again not too shabby, on par with the Red Bull machine. Next up we have McLaren. Again, this time it's going to be a fairly lower top speed, but it's still going to be more than what we saw with the Mercedes, as this car is going to hit 219 for a fraction of a second before going off of the track. So it does seem that the McLaren does have a higher top speed than the Mercedes. So the MCL60 hit 219 miles per hour before it hit itself into the barrier, which again surpasses Mercedes, meaning that the Mercedes so far is still the slowest machine. Next we're going to move on to Alfa Romeo, this time Ferrari powered car once again, and let's see where the top speed of this machine is at. And as you can see, it's going to hit for a fraction of a second once again 219 miles per hour for its top speed. So the C39 219 miles per hour on par with the McLaren, still meaning that the Mercedes is the slowest car so far in a straight line. And then we're going to move on to Aston Martin. Again, same power unit that we have in the Mercedes, so I'm expecting this one to hit around about 218 to 219 alongside the McLaren, and it's actually going to top out at the exact same top speed as the Mercedes. So the AMR 23 did 218 miles per hour in terms of its top speed, on par with the Mercedes as the joint slowest car in a straight line in F1 2023. Moving on now, we're going to have the Haas. So this is going to be obviously another Ferrari powered car, so I'm expecting it to hit around the same speed as the Alfa Romeo did, the C39, and as you can see it's going to be on par with that one at 219 miles per hour as it hits the barrier. So the VF23 219 miles per hour. Both of the other Ferrari powered cars are slower than the actual SF23, but both are equal in terms of their top speed, just 1 mile per hour difference between the Ferrari and the Alfa and Haas there. Moving on, next we're going to have the little sister car to the Red Bull, the Alfa Tauri, and again we're going to hit the DRS zone, go as fast as we can before we hit the barrier, and as you can see it's going to just slightly hit 219 miles per hour what seemed like a little bit longer than the likes of the McLaren. So the AT04 did 219. Again, it does seem to have a more consistent top speed than something like the McLaren, just because it hit it a lot sooner. So there we go for that one. And then last but not least is going to be the Williams racing car. Again, we're going to hit the DRS zone, go as fast as we possibly can, and again, it does seem like the Mercedes power units are pretty much on par, unlike the likes of Ferrari and obviously the Alfa Tauri and Red Bull. So the FW45 hit 280 mph, exactly the same as the Mercedes, the Aston Martin as well. So all of the Mercedes powered cars, apart from the McLaren, hitting 280 miles per hour, with the McLaren hitting 219. So there we have it. I just thought I'd do a little top speed test of all the cars from F123, ranging from the Red Bull all the way up to the Williams. And there is a few surprising results in there. Obviously, no surprise really that the Mercedes power unit is a little bit slower in terms of its straight line speed. That's fairly average. But then we do have the likes of the McLaren seeming to have a much higher top speed. And then the Ferrari power units of the likes of Haas and Alfa Romeo being a little bit more consistent in terms of their top speed, although it's the exact same as the McLaren. They do seem to be able to hit it much earlier. So the fastest car in the game is joint with the Red Bull and the Alpine at 221 miles per hour. Then we have the Ferrari at 220, a bunch of cars at 219, and then a few of the Mercedes powered cars, the Aston Martin, Williams and Mercedes itself, at 218 miles per hour in terms of their top speed. So that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. I'll be doing a bunch of tests throughout F123 to test top speed, lap performance, tyre performance and such as we go on in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. I'll have my Discord, my donation link and my Twitter down in the description below. Big thank you to Poggers and the controller people. See you later guys. Peace.